we're back, and I don't know, better than ever. You're probably feeling good after the Cardinals finally showed up and scored about 80 points last night, huh?
No, it was nice to see. They also gave up about 60 points, but it's nice to see them get some offense going.
That was a crazy game. I was watching it. I did the county final and went to the place to watch it, and all of a sudden, somebody's at the door. All of a sudden, there's 1,000 people. They're watching the game there, and then all of a sudden, I saw the Cardinals went up by 21 points. The game's over. And then the Cardinals. And then the next thing you know, they were down by 7 points, or it was 7 points, and then it was 14, and it was 21. I mean, there's points scored about every 30 seconds in that game. It was a little bit crazy. Hello? Oh, sorry. Live TV. We got issues here. People ringing the doorbell. It's like chaos here.
Did you leave your back door open?
Yeah, I think my okay, Lukey, how's it going? Say hi to everybody.
Sean,
say hi to everybody.
Sean,
Say hi to everybody on TV.
Hi, everybody.
All right, go play outside. I think he's outside playing or something. I don't even know, man. It's like chaos here, man. It's all the same. So we got I had PSG today, -1.5. They scored early in the first half. It's halftime now, and Mbappe scored.
Yeah, I had a first half money line. It was a little steep, but they should have been leading by halftime in this match, like they are.
Yeah, they're playing the worst team in the league. And although they don't actually play well against the Jackal, which is a little bit crazy. I was tempted to take Juventus today. And they're up 2-0, but I just didn't, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to take a -1.5. I thought that was a good bet, but I looked at it and I go, can't trust Juventus. They play well at home, but the Empoli team's in decent form. Can't trust Juventus.
Yep. Yeah. I'd rather be safe sometimes. Porto's playing Benfica right now for the lead at the top of the Liga NOS. So I was watching.
Porto was given a red card, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like first 30 minutes or something. The game's over already.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards for how do you get 2 yellow cards in 3 minutes in a game like this? I just don't get it. There was one
for a tackle, one for complaining.
6 yellow cards in the first half of this game. Like, geez. That's what happens, man. You see a yellow card in the 6th minute of a game. Oh, this is usually what follows. Usually the refs like to wait a little bit. Not knowing what the fouls were, but you see these yellow cards given out early, and that's what happens. You get 6 yellow cards in the first half and a red card.
Did you watch the LAFC match yesterday?
Yeah, I watched the Union. I watched the end of the Union match. I saw the goal. I saw the first. Whatever 45, 50 minutes. I think I saw a couple minutes second half and drove home, and then turned it on when I got home and saw the ending. So it was crazy because I had them in everything. I had them and I had Basel, man. I put Basel. I hit for about 500 on my parlays, and then I threw Basel in on everything as well, just on top of it to see if I can get the parlays up to like 1,200, plus 2,200. And they were a man up and still didn't win that game.
Yeah, man, there's something else. But yeah, that LAFC match, that ref Alan Chapman or whatever his name is, he was trying so hard not to give a red card in that match.
Yeah, it's basically doing everything possible not to.
At one point, he pulled Vela and I forget the captain for LA Galaxy, but he pulled them both aside and was like, "Get your teams together. I don't want to ruin the game with a red card, but like this is ridiculous. You guys need to stop."
Yeah, it was a crazy game. I mean, LAFC took the lead in the 80th minute and then they gave up a goal 5 minutes later. I mean, and then scored in the injury time. But yeah, if Austin FC can win that game this weekend against Dallas, I think they have a chance to go to the final because I'm just not sure about this LAFC team. I know they score goals, but
they weren't great in that game.
Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna look through the. I don't know. Do you want to look through any of the games tonight for Burst or basketball and NFL or not NFL, basketball, football, hockey, anything before we go to the weekend? Or?
It's up to you. I mean, I don't like really the college football tonight, but I mean, we can talk about some hockey or basketball if you want.
See what we got for hockey. Lightning Panthers. Well, not a lot of games. Red Wings, Blackhawks. That's a terrible game. Kraken, Avalanche. How do you bet that game?
I know, right?
I guess you got to bet -1.5. I don't know. You like any of those games?
I mean, I don't mind taking. See, it's a little juice though. I like the over in the Lightning Panthers game. I could see there being some goals. The last times these guys played each other, first of all, the Panthers got swept by the Lightning in the playoffs last year. So this is a big revenge game, and the Panthers love to play the Lightning in the regular season. They usually play well, but the last two regular season games these two had against each other was like 8-5 Lightning and 9-3 for the Panthers.
Panthers score a lot of goals, man.
Yeah, plus the Panthers led the league in goals scored last year. So
yeah, that's right.
They scored a lot. They scored like 340 something, 45 goals or something like that.
Yeah, what do they have so far? 14 goals in 4 games here. They've given up 12, so
3 goals a game, basically.
Lightning are not off to a very good start.
No.
Look at these NFL. Let me look at these NBA games real quickly. Bulls, Wizards. There's a game I like tonight. I like Boston a little bit. I know Heat is pretty good, but there's a couple things I like in that game. There's a ton of basketball games tonight. Holy cow, there's like 15 games.
Yeah, Friday's the big night.
I like the Suns a little bit against the Trailblazers at -5. But, if you want to take them in money line, the Nets and Raptors a weird line. I like Grizzlies a little bit. Let's see what that parlay is. Grizzlies.
The Nets got destroyed by the Pelicans in their first game.
I know. It was ugly.
Yeah.
There's no money line for this game. Interesting.
That's weird.
I'll take the money line for the Hawks. So the Hawks money line and the Suns money line is -118. So I would say it's going to be even money if you take if you take Memphis and Phoenix on the money line. It's going to get even money there. Let me see what this is.
Memphis I got about -270 on my book.
Timberwolves at -8 against the Jazz. That's a weird line. Jazz played last night, I think. NBA is tough, man, because these guys they play back-to-back nights sometimes, and some teams don't. So they disadvantage some of these teams. Let's see what Zion's points are. Points, rebounds, and assists for Zion over 36.5. It's not bad. Zion stats: 25 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. So it's 34-37. It's interesting though, because you think about it, you're like, man, if he scores 25 points, he's got to get like 10 rebounds because he's not getting all those assists. So 36 is pretty high, but he's probably going to score 30 points against Charlotte. So I don't know. This is interesting here. This half the spread. I don't know what this is.
-7. You can get him for -7.
It's a random game.
Yeah, why would they do that?
I don't know.
I saw that DraftKings had something for Steph Curry to make 1 3-pointer tonight at even money.
Really?
Yeah, max $50 bet. Steph Curry. I don't know if it's just a Canadian thing, but
no, I think sometimes they do that. Let me see.
Yeah, literally Steph Curry just to make 1 3-pointer.
NBA, build your same game parlay. Nobody's watching. Where is that? Friday feature 5. Miami, Bama, Penn State, LSU, Notre Dame, all to win, boosted by 50%. It's not even worth it. I don't even know if LSU will win. I had to find this Steph Curry thing, man.
Yeah, maybe it's only Canadian, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, because
there's usually some like boosts and stuff. I always upcoming NBA, like sometimes it takes a while to find them, like social. DraftKings social. Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
They even emailed it to me too. They were like, "Oh, come claim your offer for whatever," and I was like, "Okay, free money. I'm sure you could make 1 3-pointer."
Threes, yeah. Let's see what Steph Curry is for me. Steph Curry over 3.5 or under 3.5. Yeah, they usually have a thing right at the top. Profit boost. I've received a profit boost. Yeah. It's not that good of a profit boost, though, to be honest. 50% gift profit boost. Get a 50% gift profit boost for any NHL team tonight. There they are. I found them. 25% NLCS hit boost. Hit total. Opt in. Let's see. Get an opt in for 50% gift boost on any NHL game today. Okay. I think I'll take the Avalanche -1.5. Ain't bad. Done. And then I'll do a 50% profit boost on this. All right. There you go. Winning money live on air. Very exciting. Very exciting show.
Oh, yeah.
Me. All right. So just look at these games tomorrow. Premier League, obviously, main games. Nottingham Forest takes on Liverpool in the first game. I don't know what to think with this Liverpool team again. Nottingham Forest is playing a lot better defensively. Liverpool really should win this game, easily. But
you think
-1.5. I don't know. -1.5 is -127. I don't know if you like this. I don't know if I necessarily like this game. Do you have any thought on that game, or which of the 4 games tomorrow? Which one do you think is the best one to bet on?
The best one to bet on, tomorrow. Why probably the Chelsea United, just because there's so much value either way you want to take it. It's really tough because like you can't really bet the Man City Brighton match because we know Brighton's going to start taking a turn and
City always wins after a loss. That's the one thing. But -2 on the Asian handicap is -107. So they got to win by 3 goals just for you to win your bet. I just don't see the value there because you put it in at -1.5. If you put it at -1.5 in a parlay at -175, I think that's not bad, but you can't bet it like straight. So
definitely there's not really any value there. The Nottingham Liverpool that you touched on, I mean, I'm almost tempted to take the under 3 because the over is super juiced, probably because they think Liverpool is going to blow them out. But we've seen Liverpool struggle. What is their last 3 matches have been 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And we know Nottingham's actually been playing pretty well on defense. They're not giving up too many goals. They're not scoring goals. And we know they're not going to score here. So I might take a shot on the under 3, just wake up with hopefully some cash in my account. Cause I think at most maybe 3-0 Liverpool, but I don't even think they'll score that many goals the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I think Nottingham Forest has been playing better defensively, so maybe they'll try to sit back. Everton Crystal Palace, I have no idea about. I could make a case for either team. There's actually decent value for both those teams. I have no clue.
Yeah, I would say under, but it's juiced again, -163.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Chelsea, Manchester United. There's a crazy stat about this. So the last 4 times these teams have played, it's been 0-0 at halftime. So if you look at the half goals under 0.5, it's +205. So does it happen again? I don't know, but it's pretty crazy stat. Don't score when they play. These teams are really tightly contested. Manchester United ran Tottenham off the pitch, but it was 0-0. I think it was 0-0 at halftime. They try to stay defensively sound. So, I don't know where to go with this. I mean, once again, I am biased, so you got to take this with a grain of salt. But Manchester United draw is -132 now, and they get results against Chelsea. Let me see head to head. Sofa score. One, 1-1, 0-0, 0-0. 3-1 in the FA Cup. 2-0, 2-1, 4-0, 1-1, 2-0. Chelsea's only beaten Manchester United 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 of the last 15 times they've played. Man United in that, and this is on all competition. Man United in that time has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, and there's been a lot of draws. 5, 6 draws, especially in the Premier League. The Premier League, when you look at this, in 18 it was 2-2, and then 1-1, and then United won 4-0. And then United in 2020, United won both games. And then since then, in the last 2 seasons, it's been 0-0, 0-0, 1-1, 1-1, and both those games was 0-0 at halftime. These teams don't score a lot against each other. They match up pretty evenly. It's a big game for United because they can go ahead of Chelsea in the table, and also continue this London rampage. So I don't know. This to me, this offers decent value. The under 2.5 is -107. The under and over is basically the same. So I guess they're saying maybe it's I don't know how to read this game, to be honest. I think United's playing better. I think that they're rallying around this, that Ronaldo walking out and all that stuff. So I think they could be ready to go here. So I don't know who's going to score for Chelsea. I don't know if Martial's not playing. I know that. So United maybe doesn't have that guy up top as well. I know Eriksen's going to play, so we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? But I'm biased here. Like I don't know what you think about this game.
Well, so I liked your United to beat Tottenham. I was with Foxy on that one just because they had owned them for so long. But this is one I gotta lean towards Chelsea here, just because Chelsea's at home, and I think this is a bad spot for United. They played a great game against Tottenham, got the 2-0 win in the midweek, where Chelsea had a terrible performance where they finished with a 0-0 draw in that one. And I think a big part of the reason for that is because we know they weren't starting a strong lineup in that game. It was all right, but it wasn't the strongest. Now, I think they were resting players for this one. You're going to have Sterling, Aubameyang, Mount. You're going to have Kovacevic, all these guys back in the lineup for Chelsea. And I think that this was the match they wanted to win. I think they kind of just didn't play during the week because they wanted to beat United on the weekend.
Does it bother Chelsea that Chelsea has not won in 7 attempts at Stamford Bridge against United?
It doesn't bother me as much when the last 4 have been all draws. That tells me that it's just like there's nobody.
The last 4, but the last 2 have been draws here. But United in the last 7 times they've gone to Stamford Bridge, United has won 1, 2. They're 3-0-4. So Chelsea has no wins. United has 3 wins, and there's been 4 draws. The last 7 trips to Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, like I said, it's just I think it's a better spot for Chelsea here. I don't love the game, but I'd have to lean towards Chelsea.
I don't really like to bet the game. I mean, either way, you're getting plus money. I know Joe Wiz is probably going to go with Manchester United. Looks like PSG is going to sit on the clock, he said.
Is it still 1-0?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with them?
They'll score another goal.
They better. They didn't start Pablo Sarabia today, which I was happy to see because I don't know, man. I don't like this guy. He just doesn't fit well with the team, I think.
Gaultier?
No, so Sarabia.
Oh, yeah.
He's just, every time they throw him in there, I don't know, he messes up the flow, and they just can never score goals with him in there. I was glad to see they put somebody else in that spot.
Yeah, they're starting a decent lineup today. Sanchez is out, Patina's in, so they're making some changes. I don't think they're not. I doubt they're sitting on the. I'm not watching the game, but I doubt they're sitting on the lead right now. 1-0 lead against the last place team.
Well, they actually gave up a goal in the first 5 minutes of the match, and they took it away for offside.
Well,
that scared the crap out of me. I was like, really? And then they took it away. I was like, good. You take that goal away. It's about time Farr did something right.
Brutal, man. You got so Sunday in the Premier League, you got a bunch of games. Sunday and Monday, obviously, they're going
the better games.
Yeah, they're going all MLS with this schedule, like everything on Sunday. Leeds, Fulham.
Everything at 9 o'clock on Sunday, not another window.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have thought maybe 7 a.m. Southampton, Arsenal, Wolves, Leicester City. 4 games at 9 a.m. And then one game, Tottenham, Newcastle, 11:30, and then the one game Monday, West Ham, Bournemouth. We'll talk about that Monday. But Fulham just absolutely annihilated Aston Villa, and we have to talk about Steven Gerrard. See you later. Adios. Bye bye. You got sacked.
Yeah, I called that Fulham win, and you called the manager sacking right after. You were like, they're probably going to just throw this match to get him out of there. That's exactly what we saw.
This guy, man. No, I need winners, he said. This guy's, man, he's driving me nuts, man. 65 minutes. You got to relax here, bro. They'll score a goal. So Joe said no, he's not. He doesn't want to come on. He's getting ready for the big weekend. Yeah, this Fulham is plus 270 here at Leeds. I'm not sure how good Leeds is, to be honest with you.
This Leeds team is pissing me off. They just lost 2-0 to Leicester City. And I was on the over in that match. There was 2 goals in the first 30 minutes and then nothing for the next 60.
Oh, I don't know how good they are. They're falling down the table a little bit now. They're down in 16th. They got 2 wins and 3 draws. They're basically out of the relegation. They have a match in hand, but they're out of the relegation zone by goal difference right now. And this Fulham team is up in 9th. And we're scoring a lot of goals, 19 goals. I actually want to look at this.
Fulham was all over Aston Villa too. Before they scored the first goal, they were just absolutely all over. And then, of course, once they scored, Aston Villa started to have a little bit of pushback. And then they got the red card, and that was the end of the match. Fulham piled on 2 more goals.
That's right. Yeah, Mitro scored again, which if this guy is like Holland to me. If he's in the lineup, I'm playing him to score a goal at plus 135.
Yeah, he's got 7 this year, and he's missed a few matches too.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he was out for a little bit, and now that's he's back. This Fulham team might actually stay up this year, so I think they're doing pretty well here. Southampton, Arsenal minus 180. Southampton got a big win here.
Arsenal didn't.
I know.
Little 1-0 squeaker over PSV, and it was a late goal too.
I know it was a little bit crazy. One second. You like this at -1 Asian handicap, or what do you think about this game?
It's tough. It's really tough to me. I don't like the way, I love Arsenal. I love this team, but I don't like the way they've been playing lately. It's been slimmer wins, and then it all depends. I don't know if they feel like they can go hard here because they're not going to bring anybody to Netherlands this week. I mean, they already have, with that win over PSV, that puts them 5 points, 6 points clear of PSV. 5 points, I think, right? PSV had 7.
Yeah. I'll get him. I gotta go get the kiddies. Somebody's here. Arsenal's got 12 points. They're through, so they actually, and they're going to be seeded. They're 5 clear, but I think it goes by seeding. The Europa League, so I think it's all right. I think they're already through, and they wouldn't have to.
Yeah, and they'd still had a home match against Zurich anyway. So even if it wasn't seeded, they'll get the tie there. That
it's terrible, but still held Basel to a scoreless draw yesterday. So ferocious.
Basel team, man. It's just I can't stomach them. This is why I keep telling you guys I just can't bet on them. I can't bring myself. Servette won on the road, surprisingly. I said I didn't want them on the road, but man, take Servette next time instead.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. Wolves play Leicester City. I feel like this is like the third week in a row Wolves are playing Leicester City. I feel like these teams always play. And then Tottenham's play. I just don't like that Wolves Leicester City game at all. I know Leicester's playing a lot better, but so is Wolves. Tottenham
minus 125 for the under in that game.
Yeah.
Again with these minus 125s for the Wolves under. Like I don't get it. Leicester didn't even get over. There was 2 goals. They scored 2 goals in the first 30 minutes against Leeds, and they couldn't get over 2.5 with 60 minutes to go. So now you're going to give me a team where they might not even score those 2 goals?
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like I said, week after week, you're getting minus 125s with this Wolves under. I don't get it at all.
And then Tottenham plays Newcastle. Tottenham's been really good. There's some crazy stats about this. Let me see if I can find this.
Is Richarlison still out?
I think he is.
What happened? Did I freeze?
Yeah, it said I had no internet. I don't know what's going on there.
Somebody froze. I was like, is it my internet? My internet's not.
Tottenham has won each of the last. Tottenham has won each of its last 8 Premier League home matches. Harry Kane has been the first goal scorer in 3 of Tottenham's last 4 Sunday matches, and where's this other one? Tottenham has won the first half of 4 of its last 5 matches against Newcastle. There was one really good stat. I guess it was that one. Harry Kane has scored at least 1 goal in 8 of Tottenham's last 9 Premier League day matches, which I have no idea what that means. I guess not at night, but
matches.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, so they are plus 104 here against Newcastle. I guess this would be more like a value play because Tottenham is better at home. They were atrocious on Wednesday. I was glad because they're playing United. They were so bad. So I don't know how they're going to play here. But do you have any say on that game?
Tottenham's a home team. I think you're definitely on the right side there. Newcastle, they've already ruled out a bunch of guys for this match. Like obviously they weren't playing before, but they're not even like they already know they're not playing in this match. So I think you're getting the same Newcastle team that's been out there. I mean, Newcastle was all right. They should have beat Everton probably by more than 1-0 in my opinion. Now they're gonna have to go on the road. I think Tottenham's the better home team. We've seen them perform well at home, and we've seen them just absolutely die on the road. I think that's what happened midweek. They died. Doesn't look like they're going to rotate their squad much either. So,
yeah, that's interesting, especially because they have the Champions League matches coming up next week. So
I don't think they can afford to rotate anybody. They need the way they've been playing in their road matches. They need to win. They need to take any win they can get.
Yeah, yep. And then, they play Wednesday here against Sporting. So they need to win that game because if Marseille beats Frankfurt, Tottenham could be out of the Champions League. So going to be interesting today.
And that one's on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that's a Wednesday game.
Yeah, because they're playing on Sunday, which is pretty late.
The game is stopped. All right. So, did you look at any of these other leagues for the weekend, or is there any kind of games that you looked at and were interested in? Anything in Italy? AC Milan favored by about I don't know who Monza. They're
You know what?
playing a car racing circuit.
It actually in the Spanish league, you're getting Real Sociedad at plus 105 against Valladolid, who was just promoted to La Liga this year.
Yeah.
Real Sociedad is like Betis, man. Week after week, they're undervalued. I took Sociedad plus 180 the other day on the road against who was it, Celta, I think, and they beat them 2-1 in the early morning match, like 8 a.m. So that's one that just like sticks out to me because I don't get, unless someone's out for Sociedad, I haven't checked that yet. But if everybody's starting, like David Silva, Sorloth, they've been eating teams.
Yeah, they've been good. Watched them play United, and then they'll play United in a couple, not this week, but next Thursday. So, or 2 Thursdays from yesterday. If that makes much more sense. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good play. I don't understand why it keeps going back to this page instead of going backwards. It's driving me nuts today. Valencia, Real Madrid, so against Sevilla, there's somebody reported that Benzema was going to be out, and then he's not out, so he's playing here.
Look at Real Betis plus 220 against Atletico Madrid at home too.
Yeah. How about that?
Interesting line.
225
at home against a team that doesn't score and on the road.
I don't understand that.
Plus, Atletico has to play in Champions League. Betis doesn't. They don't play till Thursday.
How about that? Yeah, that's interesting.
Does Atletico play on the Tuesday or the Wednesday?
I think they play. Let me check. I just looked at that. PSG scored
the 26th. They play on the Wednesday, Atletico.
They play Wednesday?
Yeah, they play Wednesday. So they do, but still, Betis gets the extra day.
Guys, I'm going to just come on here and say something. This is why you can't. Man, these guys, we're not winning the game. This is crazy, man. It's only 1-0. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, you're playing a last place team. Relax, man. Relax. You got Kylian Mbappe. You got Lionel Messi, man. Messi's got me, man. Messi's got me. 2-0 PSG. They'll win this game 3-0 easily. You guys got to relax, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, look, man. Come on, man.
Look at that 4-0 Juventus. Should have went with the -1.5.
I know. You know what else is that game today is I looked at this game and I didn't. Mine's absolutely annihilated Cologne, and there was a red card, and that's why. But it's just I looked at that game. Mine's is up in the third. I looked at it and I said, mine's is not. It's a little bit fool's gold. It's a little bit fool's gold. And it was a decent price, and I didn't pull the trigger. It's whatever, once again, like caution and stuff like that. But
that's how I felt about Juventus -1.5. I was like, this seems too easy. Man, you can't trust this team. And sure enough, 4-0. They always play well at home. I will give Juventus that. They come to play at home. They're like Tottenham. They just can't win on the road.
Yeah.
But this Benfica, man, this is interesting. 60 minutes in, Porto's had to play with the red card, and it's still 0-0.
What are the odds on that right now?
right now you can get Porto at plus 500. You can get Benfica plus 150 and the draw plus 100. So just even.
So Benfica's up a man.
With 30 minutes to go, and they're plus 150 right now because I guess they're on the road.
I don't have any money
But
left.
they have over 75% of the possession right now. They're out shooting them like 11-7.
That's interesting. I used all my money already up. I took all my money out.
Yeah, I was gonna say those pictures you sent me looked a little more than $0 in there.
Yeah, I took like $600-700 out today, and left a couple hundred in there, and then just put some stuff on for tomorrow and today.
All right, to the keg.
3-0.
Is it 3-0?
Yeah, PSG scored again.
Look at that. I was gonna take the -2.5. I felt like, or the -2. Sorry, I felt like the first half was the safer play though. Barely.
I'm gonna tell him Amedeus says, take it easy. Take it easy. Who scored here? Mbappe. Yeah, this guy. I mean, look, that's the thing with this, man. Ajaccio, it's 1-0. PSG knows they have the game won. Ajaccio is probably sitting back. They don't want to get pummeled. And then PSG says, you know what? We're going to get the second goal. Once you get the second goal, the third goal, the fourth goal, whatever. It's easy. But, those games, PSG rarely loses games against bad teams like that. And they usually do whatever. So I mean that league is let's see what he says here. All right. I don't really. I looked at some of the League One matches, League One. Tell him to hammer Kansas State. Joe Wiz, here you go. Anybody that's watching here, Joe Wiz says the hammer Kansas State at +4 against TCU.
Yeah, I actually had somebody else telling me to bet that one too.
And he likes UCLA +7. Joe Wiz picks UCLA +7 and Kansas State +4. So there you go. Joe can't come on, but he said text them for winners if you're not following them, and get his little thing there, stat sheet and all that stuff. Any other game? Oh, the MLS. I just want to quickly touch on this because NYCFC is a heavy underdog here to Montreal, and our Austin FC is basically even money, basically the same line for both these games. One's at 1 o'clock, one's at 8 o'clock. And do you have any thoughts on these two games?
I haven't quite looked at it yet, but
I love Montreal in this game.
This Austin team, man, how can you? I know Dallas has been good down the stretch, but like Austin was just so good all year.
I think you got to take both home teams here. I think you take Montreal, and I think you take Austin FC. Watching those games last night, the teams that got the bye each had a good chance to win there, and then these are the number 2 teams. So the teams that were near the top of both tables, Austin, LAFC, Philadelphia, and Montreal, were miles better than everybody else all year, and there's a clear gap. So maybe one of these teams gets through. NYCFC still, they had a good year last year. I think Montreal. I talked to Brad Friedel last week. Juve lethal today, yeah, and PSG, same thing. Mainz, some big numbers put up by some of these teams today. But yeah, Pedro, what do we got, Pedro? Stupid Porto play with a double yellow in 3 minutes. Yeah. what are you doing, man? Like, that's the game we were talking about, right? How many? There were 6 yellow cards in the first half, right? Pedro, I was watching. The ref gave a yellow card after 6 minutes. Like, come on, like, you gotta relax, man. And then that's what happens. When the referee wants to like glad hand these games, I just don't get it.
And then last night, the LAFC ref couldn't pay him enough money to hand out a red card in that one.
AC Milan is my last leg of an 8-game parlay. Usually would cash out, but can't see them bottling home. Foxy, let me tell you something, by the way. I won a bunch of parlays yesterday, but I put your Basel team in to make it like plus 2,200, and they were up a man forever and still couldn't beat that terrible Zurich team, man. Like that, if they won, I would have won huge yesterday. I won pretty big, but like I could have had a monster day. And Basel stinks, man. I'm never betting them again, man.
I believe Foxy's words was, Zurich is the last place team in the league. Surely they can't mess this one up, even with the man up.
He's asking about the Sassuolo game on Monday. We will take a look at that for you. We'll be back on Monday as well.
We'll probably talk about that one on Monday.
It's early. Sassuolo against Hellas Verona. Sassuolo comes in at 9th, playing pretty well. Verona is atrocious with 1 win and -10 goal difference. Sassuolo is at home at even money. Yeah, that looks pretty. That looks pretty good there, Pedro. I'm assuming you're on Sassuolo here. There's some pretty interesting games Monday as well. When you look at the schedule here. West Ham and Bournemouth, Celta Vigo, Getafe, Sassuolo, Verona. There's one other one I saw somewhere. Sometimes we'll look at these Eredivisie games because there's a lot of goal scoring. I'm sure Cluj is playing because it's Monday. Oh, look at that. Cluj is not playing. Wow. I'm stunned by that.
Because everybody else is playing Monday. They'll play when there's no
Tuesday.
games.
Yeah, exactly. They'll play Tuesday and Thursday. They got to make up all those games somewhere. That's interesting. West Ham, I think West Ham is -190. Yeah, it's a Sassuolo game looks pretty good to me, Pedro. Once again, I'm assuming that's the game that you probably like that team. Foxy, yeah, I would probably leave it like that. I don't know what your cash out is and, what your bankroll is and what you're rolling with. I mean, probably a lot since you win every bet you put in, but I would probably just let it roll at that point because, like you said, they'll probably win. Any NFL games this weekend?
NFL? Let's see. Let's take a look.
College football or?
I don't really like the college board this weekend. It's a little tricky now.
Yeah, yep.
Even the NFL isn't too great.
There's a couple games. The Cowboys absolutely annihilate bad teams. Teams with losing records, the Cowboys absolutely dominate. Luke? No.
This is, I think, Dak Prescott's first game back, too.
Yeah, yep. So when you see these, sometimes it's pretty cool how they do this. It'll give you these little stats about each game. Cowboys have covered the spread in each of their last 7 games against teams that had a losing record. Each of the Lions' last 6 games against NFC opponents have gone over. The Lions have lost 11 of their last 12 road games. and this line is coming down. I didn't never say take Basel in a serious parlay, but versus 10 from so yeah, you know what, but Foxy, I just threw him in there because like it wasn't really like it wasn't part of my real parlays. The real parlays all won, like because they're 3-team parlays thing. I just added them in. You know, I hit 2 3-teams and a 4-team. I added them in a 5-team, I think, and maybe 1 4-team.
The 12-teamer. That's where you add them in. You throw them in on the 12-teamer.
See if it's like a heat. No, man, I would be so mad. Imagine if that was the only leg that killed. I would be so mad about that.
Got to round robin it. When Basel's in there.
But yeah, you know, that game is Tampa Bay right now against Carolina. Carolina's just tanking at this point, trading everybody.
You know what though? Like the Bucks, man, that's up to 13 now. That was 11, like right before our show. Oh my god!
Yeah, they traded away their McCaffrey and the receiver, and they're getting rid of everybody at this point. They're in the fire sale mode.
Full rebuild.
The Giants at +3 against the Jaguars, who aren't any good, I think is interesting. I like the Giants a little bit. The Titans already have beaten the Colts. That's -2.5. I think that's a little interesting. Packers Commanders, I wouldn't touch. Jets Broncos, that line is almost a pick. Broncos defense is so good, but their offense stinks. Chiefs 49ers is the main game on Sunday in the afternoon. I think that's going to be pretty good. But I think if the Monday night game stinks, the Sunday night game stinks.
You don't want to watch Steelers Dolphins? Come on. Bears Patriots? That's going to be like a scoring fest.
Probably take the Steelers in that game, but yeah. I don't even know. That's so bad.
I actually kind of like the Bears +8.
I don't get a chance to watch too many games on Sundays. I'm usually working, but you know, sometimes I watch those primetime games, which stinks now because they all stink.
Hey, Thursday was finally had.
Last night was good. Yeah, that was interesting. There's a lot of points. So
I love how everybody was making jokes too on the panel. They're all like, "Oh, is this a Thursday night game? There's scoring. There's not scoring allowed."
Foxy has a free NBA bet to use this weekend on props, but I have no idea. All right, I'll help you here, Foxy.
On props, you're the prop guy. You love Harden assists. He got 8 last game. What was his assists set at in that one game?
Less than that. He's scoring a lot of points too.
And that's why the Sixers are losing. Notice how in both games they've lost now. He's had over 30 points and Embiid's gotten like nothing. They've totally changed the winning formula from last year.
That's right. Yeah. When Harden has to score that many points, he's usually taking a lot of shots. He's a volume guy. Nuggets Warriors. Foxy, I like the if you can use them tonight, if like tonight starts the weekend. Easy.
It should. Friday is like the big NBA day. Like there's less. Yeah. There's like no games on Saturday and Sunday because Friday is their big night. That's like their like hockey. Saturday is the night.
Yeah, I like Jaylen Brown. This is actually a decent play right here, Foxy. Like Jaylen Brown over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You know, I try to do some of the points props sometimes. I think those are, you know, Jaylen Brown, a couple of the Celtics guys I use a lot in my parlay or in my plays. I've been winning some money with these NBA things because DraftKings gives out all this extra stuff all the time. Zion tonight for the Pelicans, I think would be good. They don't list the games past tonight, which is the only issue I have with betting sites and NBA. Like they don't list the weekend games. It drives me nuts.
The lines aren't out yet, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Like they come out later than the baseball games half the time.
DeAndre Ayton stats. Let's see what he's done so far. He had 18 points against the Mavs. He averaged 18 points last year. 17.5. Devin Booker, It's a little bit high. This isn't bad. Booker over 2.5. It's anything with I just like to find these. What the guy told me is you do not, when you're betting an NBA game, when you're betting these stats, these props, you don't want to blow out game, because blowout games, you're like, oh, they're playing a bad team, he's going to get a lot of points. Well, no, if they're up by 30, he's out of the game. So you're trying to find a game where it's going to be high scoring and the players are going to be in the game, the most. So today, I mean, you're probably not looking for a game like maybe the Hawks Magic, where this Banchero, who had a big game the other day, he had 35 combined points, rebounds, and assists. Maybe him, because he's going to be in for a while and he's their whole scoring and stuff like that. But sometimes on the other team, like Trae Young, he might get his points and get out. If they're up by 30, he's going to get his points and get out. So you want to look for competitive games and kind of go from there. So maybe this Celtics Heat. That's why I said Jaylen Brown would be pretty good. Suns Blazers, Nuggets Warriors. Steph's probably going to be in for a while. Jokic is probably going to be in for a while. Look at that. Points, rebounds, and assists for Jokic over 46. That is ridiculous. That is so high. But yeah, that's basically.
I got one for Foxy. I got one.
Okay.
Take the Jared Vanderbilt over 8.5 for rebounds. He got 12 in his in their first game of the season. The Jazz were a double-digit dog, and they upset the Nuggets at home, winning by 20 points. Now they're going into Minnesota, and Jared Vanderbilt was traded from this Minnesota team. He lost basically his job to Rudy Gobert because they wanted him instead. So I would say, Vanderbilt, I think he's going to try and I think he's really going to try and show out against his old team here and prove you shouldn't have gotten rid of me for Rudy Gobert. I think he's going to come with his best effort. And I could see him just trying to gobble up all the rebounds under the net all night.
There you go. There you go, Foxy. That's our play for today. All right, so that's basically the show for today. We'll be back on Monday with a show, and we'll talk about the Champions League and go over that overview and stuff like that. So thanks for watching this week. I appreciate it. Big Al, and what's the other site?
Big Al and pickadvisor.com.
Pick Advisor and Big Al. If you want picks and you want winners, go get them over there. And I'm somewhere. Winners and Whiners, I think.
Winners and Whiners for Sean.
Whiners, I'm on a 28-5 run or something like this, and nobody ever buys my plays. So it is what it is.
Go buy Sean's plays.
Take the Pelicans, lay the points. Pedro says take the Pelicans. Thank you, guys. Pedro, you're welcome. Foxy, thanks, no problem. And text us, hit us up on the Twitter if Saturday if you don't use it today, and we'll give you some better ones if there's out there. Just tough to see because NBA doesn't put they don't put the spreads up.
Yeah, they won't be out probably till midnight tonight. It's so dumb.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll see you Monday. Thanks for watching.